What's up, my upper echelonians? Today, we've just seen an egregious robbery. This is one of the worst robberies I've ever seen in boxing, and it was serious. Top Rank has done it again. George Kambozo's versus Maxie Hughes. It was a blatant robbery, but we should have known when we seen Bonet fighting the guy before that. But I'm gonna let the Top Rank officials tell you first, then we gonna cook on this. Y'all make sure y'all hit my like, share, and my subscribe button if you're not already subscribed.
Support Stevenson in a moment. All right, I want you to focus your attention on the middle column that you see there, that 117 to 111 scorecard. That's the one that is blowing up the boxing Twitterverse, where 6 of the last 7 rounds by Joseph Mason were scored for George Kambozo. 6 of the last 7. He gave him 9 rounds. Wouldn't you love, just as an exercise, Timmy, to sit down with Joseph Mason and say, let's watch this fight together. Listen, we'll get some pizza and some nice cold drinks. We'll sit back, we'll watch the fight together, and I want you to show me the 9 rounds.
Yeah, but you can't. You can't. That's the problem. We can't ask to judge how he judged the fight or why he did it that way, when it was clearly Maxie Hughes' fight. That's the biggest issue in boxing. Another dang bad decision. And now Maxie Hughes is going home beltless. Think about this. Here's the champion. He came over here to face George Kambozo, dominates him. Think about that. Now he's even going home, and now even think about how long it took him to get to this position, and how long it's going to take him to get the position again.
You know, Joe, you raised a really interesting issue. Wouldn't you like to sit down with the guy after the fight? I think that the judge should sit down, Joseph Mason should sit down over a beer or a pizza with Maxie Hughes. That would be something.
Alright, we about to cook on this. Make sure y'all hit that like button if y'all haven't yet. And if you're not subscribed, please join the team. We just cracked over 3,000 subscribers in less than a year and a month of being active. We already on the move. We growing big. We about to be a big channel, and we want all y'all to be a part of it. Be a big part of the family. When we go lives, we have group discussions like a sports bar. But let's get into this right here. Maxie Hughes put on a first-class boxing clinic. George Kambozo is a C, maybe a D level fighter. George Kambozo fights in the conventional stance, and if you roll to your right, his left, he cannot defend against it. And the whole night, Maxie Hughes was exploiting that, hitting that. He even got his eye busted because George Kambozo got frustrated and headbutted him. He was doing a lot of cheap shots like elbows and forearms. George Kambozo is really a trash fighter. I see why Devin Haney beat him with just one hand. Because if you roll to his left, your right, you can outbox him. He doesn't know how to throw his hands in that direction. He's real limited as a fighter. I really believe Tio must have took a dive, or Tio was really hurt when he fought Kambozo, because that's the only way you can attribute that loss right there to him. The man is pure trash. Top Rank must have another fight set up for George Kambozo against Lomachenko or something, because this is the IBF eliminator. Maxie Hughes came in there with the belt, and he just got robbed without a pistol. I mean, he really got robbed. I had the fight scored 10-2, 9-3 at the most for Maxie Hughes. George Kambozo might have won 3 rounds. Even the unofficial scorecard had George Kambozo winning 3 rounds. Like, George Kambozo got put in a clinic. It was completely outboxed and outmatched. And for them to sit there and rob a man just like this, rob the champ, because Maxie Hughes had the belt. They took his belt, gave it to George Kambozo, and I thought you had to beat the champ. That right there shows me that it's problems in the boxing industry. Even Lou DiBella, that's George Kambozo's promoter, even said it's wrong. Look at that right there. And that shows me Stephen Fulton has 2 belts, and he's the champ, and he's going over to Japan to fight the hype man, the former undisputed 118 champion Inoue. Now, if they could rob this man right here, what do you think they could do for Stephen Fulton? Stephen Fulton's going to have to knock Inoue out, because Maxie Hughes put on a clinic, and he won 9-3, 10-2, and it still wasn't enough. Like, when I heard the first card 114 to 114, I said, wow. and I thought he might have got a majority decision, but I thought that 114 call would be the worst. Then I heard 111 to 117, then 115 to 113. I'm like, okay, well maybe they got it right. They gave it to Maxie Hughes. That first call was just messed up. Then they said ferocious George Kambozo. The whole crowd went in a frenzy. Everybody. And George Kambozo already knew he won the fight. Because as soon as the fight was over, he was holding his arm up like he won. He stood on a turnbuckle like it was so disgusting watching that. And so Stephen Fulton, he's going to have to watch that in Japan, because if they rob like this, because I know Inoue, they moonlight with Top Rank. So they don't have no judges from Japan or America for this fight. But they still got other judges in there. Just like they didn't have Australian judges today. So Stephen Fulton, he has his back against the wall, because if they can rob this man right here, they're going to definitely try to rob Stephen Fulton for the so-called pound-for-pound #1 fighter who's never fought nobody but an aged Donaire who whooped his ass the first fight. And, you know, if Donaire was in his 30, like 32 or 33, he would watch Kambozo's. Kambozo's is nowhere near a Stephen Fulton. And Stephen Fulton, he has all the skills to beat this man 12 rounds to nothing, but he has a chance of being robbed, just like Kambozo just robbed this man right here. It shows how disgusting the state of boxing is, and how we don't even have a say, and how they sit there and keep doing this, and then they wonder why we keep losing fans in the boxing. I'm just ashamed to call myself a boxing fan right now. Top Rank, you will not be getting no more of my business. When my ESPN comes up for renewal, I'm done with it. I'm not watching no more of y'all blatant fights. I thought it was over when y'all did Bonet earlier in the day. Then y'all gonna do this right here. Top Rank, y'all some shit. Y'all hit the like, share, and subscribe, man. I'm out, man. This your boy Upper Echelon. Peace.